of the fifth reasons that I can give now why we need to vote out PF started some time back in 2015, whereby this gentleman said he has no vision. That's first point. Second point, this gentleman has abused his authority. There is no rule of law in Zambia. Second point, the third point, gassing. We have not forgotten the way the people have died with this instance of gassing. Third, fire tenders. I think they had exorbitant price of giving to the Zambian people that they need to pay that amount, was to the insurance it was costing something else, which means insurance is the one which gave us the correct figure about those fire tenders. Fifth is ambulances. They had to give us again the false figures about those prices. Sixth is about not considering the farmers, giving them at a high price of fertilizers just because of their corruption. That middleman who is there is the one who is making those farmers not to have a good price. Just because our president has goodwill for our farmers, has reduced that price to 250 kwacha from 900 kwacha. 7 is so about...
It's okay, Ajuba, it's okay. So you are not supposed to go through all of them. So guys, welcome. If you're coming in, welcome, welcome. Today we are going to talk about the 50 reasons why. So we're going to pick on one or two and then talk in detail about them, because a lot of people, they do not know the scandals, what happened. So the idea is to pick one and, tell us what they did. So the first one that I really want to talk about is that tonight we had a presidential debate. We had a presidential debate tonight, and we saw that all the other candidates were present except ECL and HH. But we would like to say that ECL, through his whole political career, has never attended a political debate, So this is the main reason to even not elect him. It's like buying a car. How do you buy a car? How do you pay for a car? You have never test driven. A presidential debate is like a showcase for our people, citizens, to ask their president questions of how the president is going to run the country. But this, our president has never attended. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have been informed that he has never attended any political debate. He has run office for 2 terms, and through dubious means, he has been able to bounce back for a 3rd term. So guys, kuchi uleshta motoka ile kupera ma problems. Like, okay, walishta motoka, te first washtire motoka, te wachite test drive, te waisule mwenje nukumona ifili mwenje, waishita. Wile motoka washita wasanga, tina ekwata ma problems, but waishita. Wambokula ilungisha as you are driving. Iyo motoka yakuletera ma problems, a lot of problems have come with us. We are paying the price of not actually doing a background check, not reviewing ECL's candidature. This is the price we are paying. All these problems we are going through in Zambia is because we were negligent. We Zambians, we were negligent because in if selecting a president is very important. All of us should have been like, we can't have a president where he has never been interviewed, and even when they interviewed him, he said he had no vision. So how can you put such a president to be your leader? People are still, despite all these problems, people are still saying alebwerera po. So mulefaya Zambia to crash land katushafa mulefaya fichitike. Like already the bad things that are happening in Zambia are not enough because of having a visionist leader. You know? So comments below, guys. Comments below. Let's share. We are here to talk about these things. You know? Andrew, you can come in.
Thank you very much. Today it's a wonderful day. I feel it because the topics which are already here, they are the most important topics. So I'll start with my points which I've already picked. 48 miracle houses disappeared, can appearing somewhere for an individual. You know, as a country, this is the only way we can understand and know that these people, what they are doing is just their own benefit, not for us. Whatever lies they come with, it's just for their benefits. Look at 48 houses. How many are they? In fact, they've reached up to 72 now, 72 houses. And then being quiet in Zambia because of cyber abuse, we've been quiet. We can't talk about it. 48 houses are just for individual. Tasila Lungu only. Look at that. A person from nowhere, boom, like a dream. She appears and then she acquires all those things. How many Zambians who doesn't have where to sleep? How many are they? But because of cyber abuse, people can't talk against that. Eh? How do you allow such issue to come on the scene and then it ends like that? Anti-Corruption Commission, they are quiet. They just went 3 times investigation. It is done. They even lied that those houses belonged to one of Tanzanian businessmen, which was a lie. He came out and he claimed to say, no, those houses were not mine. But Zambians, we are quiet. We can't defend that because we are scared of cyber abuse. Whatever you say about it, tomorrow they will be on you. Instead of defending constitution, they go ahead to do the other thing. The cyber abuse, when you go on this pornography, whatever they did, they introduced that cyber abuse so that no one can talk about pornography. How do you keep on showing those big magans on people's faces? We know what you did by introducing cyber abuse. Eh? Because many ministers, they are fond of sleeping young girls. That's why they had to introduce that whoever talks about he faces jail. What's going on as a nation? Is this the government wants to put again in power? Let us wake up Zambia. These people, they are like pornography, porno star actors. All of them. They are porno stars.
Oh
actors.
my God!
Because
Yeah.
if they were not porno stars, they can't be putting up cyber abuse for what? Defending who? Are they defending Zambians? They are defending themselves. They are ever in their hotels to do whatever they do with young girls. And then you young girls, can you wake up? These people, they won't take you anywhere. They've got their wives. They've got their children, but they are not doing that to their children. They are doing to you. And you're allowing it just because of how much money do they even offer you? These people, whatever bill they put in place, it's just to defend them, not you as a Zambian. Eh? A minister, all that big portfolio, a minister, or to make matters worse, a minister of religious. By then, she defended Minister of Religious, this woman who dresses like Chinyao. Someone said that. Who dresses like Chinyao? She's there defending pornography, whatever. Who does that? Eh? Being a minister of religious, supposed to come out and condemn. She started by this one, Lawrence Chalwe, the former MP for Chawama. She defended after that Lawrence Chalwe leaked the information about pornography. She defended because they are the same people. Eh? How many people are see? Maybe the young boys are see. Anyway, I don't want to say much, but she knows what she does. That's why she defended that. Eh? As a Zambian, if you know you are a Zambian, let us remove these pornography stars, whatever. Porno stars, so to say. Let us remove them so that they can do their businesses in their farms or in prison. And then moreover, in prison, there are nowhere you can do porno stars things. You'll be just told no space for you. So if you haven't watched those series, can you continue watching them so that it reminds you when you go to jail? We are tired of your pornography, whatever lifestyle. Because as a Zambia, we call it a Christian nation, but what you've been doing, our parents, you are the one showing us those machines, because that machine is too big. I've never seen it even on media, but you showed us to us. We are saying it because we saw it, sir. And then the last three, as we go to vote, put all this into consideration to say, if we put these people again into power, how many guns are they going to show us? Because they are used to show us those machines. Anyway, let me prepare other points. Thank you for now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see Honorable Matomola is here. Welcome. Can you just welcome our user, our viewers? Welcome, guys. Share. If you're just joining us today, we are talking about the 50 reasons why you should vote them out. And the number one reason is that our president has never attended a debate. So why should we have a president in office for the third term who has never attended a debate? You know, who has never stood on the platform to tell us what he's going to do for the people of Zambia? He has never stood on that platform. And then when he was interviewed, he said he had no vision. So why are people continuing singing Adebwelelapo? Are they brainwashed? You know? It's like now Avalo Wabantolo Chirishani. You cannot buy a vehicle without checking with the engine and how it's running. So these people, why they continue insisting on buying motorcar, its impact is dead. That guy is useless. The ECLPF party is useless. I can say that. It has brought us a lot of problems. 50 reasons. The 100 problems. 100 reasons. 100 reasons. You know? So for me, I want to talk about number 35, which talks about ECL's third term, connected to the same reason why we should not even allow ECL to be running for this government or even Ukubwelelapo. First of all, we shouldn't have allowed him to run for third term. But while he bribed the judiciary, we all know, Kwaisa Isako Kotisha Isako, which was appointed by him. And then ECZ is in his pocket too. We know ECZ manipulated a document to remove some verbiage on that document, which did not allow ECL to stand. So they manipulated the form ku ECL, ku ECZ kulia. Bali funyapo language which disqualified ECL. So ECZ manipulated a document, and then the judge ruled against the constitution. So again, we are saying that this government, Java PF, Nabalungu, they are so corrupt. Like by HH in a week's time, they have to clean out everything. Judiciary got to go. By ECZ Kuria, Kurin Chito Mwemana, just get your papers ready. Mambi okupolisho to my degree to him. Inchito Koshidi. We are getting rid of all these thieves and corrupt officials. They are going. There is no place for such people in a democracy. There is no place. You know? I also want to talk about the 23 million kwacha which has been stolen from the Zambian people through a banking scandal. So they are, I don't know the exact name of these companies, but they are financial institutions who had like a banking scheme, and they operated in Zambia for 2 to 3 years, and they were accepting people's money, and all of a sudden, after these people collected 23 million kwacha, these people, they disappeared off the face of the earth. And our legal financing department in Zambia cannot even protect these people, because this, if you open a bank, it's supposed to be guaranteed by the Bank of Zambia to say if they go bankrupt, the Bank of Zambia should pay the people who put the money there. So these people, they have disappeared and people are crying. We had Sia One who was on air telling that if you're a victim of this bogus banking scandal, contact him, he'll try to refund people. These are people who with hard worked money, earn money. Some of them is a pension money. Some of them batuma business value saving, that money is gone. And we are here to say that is a PF scheme of thieving. They will stop at nothing to steal these people. It's the same, in the same vein, I'm talking about how they have stolen civil servants, pension money. Actually, they didn't steal from the civil servant because the money was being deducted for the loans, this famous debt swap. The money was being deducted from the loan, but the government deducted that money at source when they are doing payroll. So that money from the civil servant's salary, instead of remitting the money to the bankers or the lenders, so the government stole money for the lenders. So when the lenders realized that we are not receiving our due, so they went in number and started cutting directly the loans from the everyone who had borrowed. So now the employees, they faced double deduction, the regular deduction and the arrears which were deducted, but PF valid. So that's why you see Abengi, Ama civil servants, they are getting zero because the money, GRZ took the money from the pay slip, but did not remit it to the bank. So now they are getting 2-3 deductions, the original deduction over sign plus the arrears, PF over the MPA, sender. So they have to pay. So for to let them know, these people, they are stealing every opportunity they get. Quiver, quiver. I'm going to end here. I see where you can come in.
Thank you very much. I hope everyone is fine here. To begin with, I'll begin with an example. Mozambique muno sana comment, more especially the politicians. President Lungu, I've been following. This is the second time we start anything to feel important. While this conference, I think it was last week, where all political parties instead of him going there to attend, being the sitting president and the candidate at the same time, but to Minoko was Secretary General. Even if Mota to start dedicate, Nana Kukonga Fat no of you're supposed to go there. HS did not dedicate. Had Kalaba did not dedicate. These other politicians, most of them, they did not dedicate. But him dedicated the Secretary General. Who is the Secretary General? Did those people voted Fred Galung vote for Davis Will? The answer is no. Now coming to what was on Diamond TV this evening, we expected President Lungu to be there, except President Teshich, who is far in northern province or Muchinga province there. He cannot manage to drive all the way from Umbara to Lusaka, 18 hours no Musanga. That's not possible. But him, Pachman and Degava change our Yuko. Less than 2 hours. By never from but Pakano could start dating. Now, what kind of a politician is he? Here is another example. You give them hope. Explain to them the reason why Panga data paveri. Explain to them the reason why Bambita very the one school. So Bambita party and support. Here is the father is just quiet. Now we are putting pressure. Muban. So that is not leadership. When you join politics, you become a public figure and a public speaker. President Lungu now but in the opportunity if anything, that's why number presidential conferences in Zambia in Shamona. Now then journalists questions. This time we cannot see that. He was supposed to attend. Babe Pushama questions. Not if you college that very stated, now, Kana possession. Coming to tonight's issue, I think I've picked 249. 42 talks about fire tenders. And then number 49 talks about eating candle. I'm sure. I'll begin with number 2. Mobena Zambia, this is the biggest reason that you should not vote for PF government, for PF people. Please, I want you to listen carefully. You know, Natasha research. I was on internet and I came across this company from UK. Our Shamascan tracks over Zambian government violation. I don't know if my camera can manage to capture and you catch it. This is a brand new fire truck. This one is a Scania, man-made from UK, going at 229,500 pounds. So if you convert that man, new techakari, not that in second hand in Angunisan. If you convert that 229,500 pounds into Zambian kwacha, let me go on my calculator here. So that $1 million value Shtarama fire trucks. If you have, and that was 2017. So 229,500. 229, 229,500 multiplied by 26.76. Pounds. Now I'm bringing them into parts. So it will give you 6.1 million plus. So this 6.1 million, Mtengo Alelo, not 2017. 6.141420. Elelo, so as I'm talking, mileage is 00. Although it didn't advance than if you have 2017. But Montagayam 2017, make year yakari. But by our PF government, value is $1 million. I want to convert $1 million into base Ghanaian in the realm of worship. So if you convert $1 million by 18, it will give you somewhere 18 million kwacha. The motor can show you 18 million kwacha. Now in 2017. Now here is a situation. Serious.
It's a plane. Nika jeta
yes. Nika jeta no. 18 million. The motor can show you now Rolls. I think it cannot even cost that by then in 2017. But here's the situation in Scania, even $1 million. And I want to tell you something. When the government is buying a vehicle, about duty, because a government. So there is no way Second, what was the point when I was researching? What was the point of bringing an agent? Contract to Muntu? What was the point? When we've got government procurement officers, government issued direct. I mean, direct. If you have bonuses, why wasting such kind of money? When in hospitals there is no money. Most hospitals, I mean, there is no medicine. There is no oxygen. Why are we in Darama? Because no, you know
what, my son? Let me just come in. In and about California, actually, I'm in California, and these people they came to Los Angeles. That's why I should send them a tender. I'm a fire trucks here.
Okay.
If ichitika kuno motoka any vehicle ngawa you start the drive off the parking lot nishira losing a value motoka ngayali $20,000 ngawa itate drive out of a parking lot olonga yapata feraki 1,000 miles nishi value ya dropper motoka ngayali $20,000 wala itana pari 1,000 kuno tulashita name motoka pari 1 pin.
Yes.
Or 10,000 brand new car. I bought it from somebody. It was that car brand new is 50,000.
Yes.
But in our off the which was 1 pin or 5 pin. So in your $1 million those trucks were donated.
Yeah, yeah.
If we were to investigate, we'll find that those trucks, they were donated to the Zambian government. So if anything, they were just supposed to pay for shipping.
I like that.
That's all.
They were just
That's all.
supposed to pay for shipping
For
only
shipping, yes.
because there is no tax, there is no duty. The woman,
Yes.
she came here. Some of my family members, they went to meet her where Kulo Sanje Zorobaide. They went to meet her. It was an entourage, but I Estero Baishide Mukusenda, if you guru, so that they donate. We are not
Okay.
stupid when PF.
So coming to the same issue. Thank you, ma'am,
Vane
for that information.
kulia matraki yabiri mulera ndapo. Kulia lya
Okay.
ayo bashitire pali 1 million. Na lya filie fingulungulu batupele ku California. So
As a donation.
as a donation, so muchite clarify pakutira tabale
you.
umfwa beruba beshi befe mulera ndapo kuli
Yeah,
fingulungulu batu donetele nefe mwatu
Let me say clarify. If you're there and up, if you have last year 2017, if you have a council, if you have Sunyame, if you have that donation 1 million chimo.
Yadama wirubalo, okay.
If you send a Los Angeles, tell you.
If anything, Mayo, if anything.
So,
our PF money,
so number. Imomwena Zambia wanandime na bonze fo bali umfa. Ishi nyote kesh batu wepo mtengo wabo fi. Ko batu bareshta 1 million US dollars. Imomotoka pakutifike muno musana. If you say this is 100%, ubu 50 we kaweka fi ubu 50. So now, imomwe balenda twale bwelera. Ebantu mulefu ati babwelere kwa. Baka konkanye ko bashike not 1 million US dollars. And the reason why bale letiro ubu, but they are being covered by corruption. Aya MSI and Emma fruits ya corruption. Is put a star of a price into on the expense of poor Zambians. People are suffering. People in Mbala are suffering. People in the stage are suffering. People in Sparta are suffering. All over the country, the cost of living is high. In Motoka in Gasta, it cost 150,000 US dollars at 1 million US dollars. What is 850,000 US dollars? You shouldn't be a sharp. You've pocketed that money on the expense of poor Zambians. And your business saying, but Papa Tasan, you've eaten enough is enough. But I want to add something. Yes.
Wakambati kuja situlesa manje kadiele edwe midile kulala tukanya nombe midile mamona anyway, good afternoon viewers, good evening viewers. And good
welcome,
evening,
sir. Welcome.
Good evening, my comrades. This is Sakala Henry. Ala New York na yo malelo ilifia chimfule chifwe taikabile taitalele ilifia pakati. Parianaje.
As you continue, sir, you had up the issue of Ubomba Mwibala. He caused it, sir. So you had up on that, sir.
I am quite twala umaposando tumoni. With you people, you see, when you buy a car or watch the motorcar, you have to insure it at the same value so that in case you lose that car or the car is involved in an accident or what, you don't want to lose the money. You want to recover what you spend, especially when you are paying such kind of money, like 1 million per truck. But when you see the trucks which have been involved in the accident, none of them has been replaced by any insurance company which they insured those trucks to. When you see the price at which those trucks were insured, that tells you the real price of those fire trucks. None of the fire trucks has been insured for 1 million. That's why when any truck is involved in an accident, they haven't replaced it because those trucks were insured at a less cost, not even a quarter, below $250,000. That's how those. That's the insurance tag which is on those trucks. That tells you that 1 million was not the price they paid for a truck. And this means these people have been misusing the country's resources. And mwamona umufyashinge wafumya omupu atira obomba mwibala alya mwibala is alemyebe nshira yakukonka. You know, as a leader, your word matters. Every leader need to be careful with every word that proceeds out of his mouth, because it determines how people are going to act. When Mr. Lungu, our president, came to New York in a town hall setting we had when he was meeting with Zambians, he was asked, "Sir, what is your comment about buying a truck at 1 million?" He said, "I know nothing about it. I'll speak about it when I go back home." And he went back home and he haven't spoken about it. But when people ask about corruption being involved, he goes on to say, whoever has evidence, bring the evidence, then we'll follow it up. Bushemwe bantu imbwa mwalishi bembwe fe yaba. Ero waisambula ndati imbwa naifwala uyumbi ati taifwela da. Later picture tumone mbwanga naifwala ifintu fe unga mwana na menso. You know, we need people who are serious. So on the issue of truck bakalamba, nga konkefe bachita insure matraki echireto bakutratere amatraki bashitire probably less than $250,000. So which means, where is $750,000? Nangu fieni profit, nangu mafis. Ukuchira no mutengo wa matraki mikwibiri. Ife mwale ichitapo.
Atuma umana fiala omina dimo.
You know, that's why.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's why we are saying, let's have people. Abakwete chalo mumitwe. Those who have the country at heart. Mwebantu. Tetu kwambila fie kunu moku. Tule chula. Paisa bambi tuachula. Paisa bambi. Tukonka ife kuchula. Kwata mitwe. What we need now, we need people who have the country at heart, not who have their belly at heart. That's why we, as the government in waiting, we have to be very clear. And in the Tule winner, it's not the time to celebrate. It's time to hit the ground running, to correct what the PF have destroyed, starting from the businesses they have destroyed. If you see, that's why in MP, this bill na linokuileta mu parliament, bill of conflict of interest. Nga chakutila ni MP nango minister tetu kwate company if lokula dealinga na government, because you have a conflict of interest. Nga mwamone if yachitika muri bubutekwa ino. Bambiama minister tabakweta ma construction company. Bambiama minister tabali ma business, tabali ma suppliers. Tabali mo muri business nango imo. Nombero baba ba minister, they become businessmen. They don't have a technical know-how of how to be in construction. Now, because his ministry is doing construction and he wants to make money, he goes on to form a subsidiary company, Alaipera Nama contract. bali abantu abasambirira fya construction balipanga na company kuba mu construction mwabapo kenchito and you want them to survive so nga mwabapo kenchito shigatefyo panti mwenomba mwebene mwaipera those people who formed those companies for a purpose of being a contractor to the government to construct what they can, then what do? What you are doing, you are making that company to go down. Engineers construction company, association yama engineers where they pay fees every year, and their fees have to be up to date. So when the fees are not up to date, they can't get contracts. Now, imwenga mwaipera, bali abantu afiro konkanya pokulipira ama fees. And abantu tabakwete kumbyuko benga send ama contract ya kalamba, because we know in our country, the biggest, where the large market for construction, where you can get it, is from the government. You are already in authority and you give yourself this kind of contract. You are closing out those businesses, and those businesses have people they have employed. By so doing, you are crippling the private sector and you are reducing the number of the people who are supposed to be employed. You are increasing unemployment because of your action, and the economic multiplier effect is being shrinked. So the money is not exchanging hands. Because imwe mweba ikarama authority ni mwempia shamba fyo kushimbuluka muri imwe bene. So bali abambia ba consent bali kwata olupia. Efimule mwanati ya mo mane ba miraile taile ba matumba. So there is more we can talk about. Efyo ba mipusula. La mwamona abenga barumendo baleta supply kuma mine. Babu tukira mkongo mba mukita supply because ama ministers na bakandire ba MPF na bakada bali abakutera ati bale emyangira ko bamwefi kondo. They're the people who have been given those contracts, and from the beginning they were not contractors. Baisa umaposangu hapo. Ero bali abantu abeni abali aba iswiri ama company okuti babe ama contractors. They are not doing that. So nishwadi bali abantu baingishe shanti to nishbala batanzi bala bafolesha shanti. So we need the government, which will see the opportunity should be for all. If you have been given a position, don't use it to suppress others and to take businesses from the people who have been in such kind of a business from the word go for the purpose of providing good quality jobs. That's why mwana nangu tumisebo tumo omuntu taba pute engineer takwete po na knowledge yakwe sura road construction company, because I sang out to number to our government abutuka aya chashani aisula ka company ero mwamu bati pange no musabu if bale efikasa because they just want to eat. We are saying in UPND that won't be the case. In UPND, let the people who have the technical know-how do the job. In UPND, we are saying, no, let there be transparency and accountability when it comes to the use of the public resources. Teubomba muibala, alia muibala, sangwapo yaba shukuru. Over to you, my brothers and sisters.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Next we have Chawama sana. We have Simon. Simon, can you come in, and then we'll be followed by Ragi. Simon is not ready. Matomola, are you ready? Or Matomola is just coming in? Ragi, if you are ready, you can go in. You can go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll start with the program, the reason of stealing the Mukula trees. The Mukula trees were being stolen by the ministers. As he said, Mr. Sakala, the one who is already rich, the one who is already in government working, and they are getting our opportunities from us, people who's got experience of doing those things. They are getting our experiences. One time I attended I saw something which was done by the minister, the former, I think is a former minister, Madam Jean Kapata, whereby the track of Mukula trees were being coated by McCain checkpoint. After that, the same Madam Minister of Lands, Madam Jean Kapata, he called the police while we were there waiting and see what will happen next, to say that track, let it go. Before it's too late for you, I can come and do whatever I want because that track belongs to government. Wow, the track's belonging to her and the group. So for the Zambians, how do they think us Zambians we can benefit? We can be part of enjoying those things, the slogan of more money in your pocket. Wow, everything they want to get to have touch in everything. So as Zambians, we just have to open our eyes and see these people, they are selfish. These people are stubborn. And these people are criminals, whereby they don't care about us. Only what they know is to eat, to put everything in their stomachs. So as for me, I'm very worried, and these reasons are very true because a lot of these things we even see and touch. Sometimes you can be employed while you're not being paid. The same ministers, and they are busy saying more money in your pocket. We don't want poverty in Zambia. You are working under his same company, but you are not being paid. So for us to enjoy everything, our rights, let's put this PF government out. When we put this PF government out, everything will be praised because our president is coming. The new president, someone who knows how we feel as Zambians, someone who understands the rule of law, whereby everyone will enjoy the rule of law, everyone will be participating in government issues. I thank you very much.
Hallelujah. Who's next? You have put it right. You see, when people started saying, let's also be involved in Muklatri, you know what they said? They introduced a license fee, and the license fee was so expensive that any Jessica Wayawaya Zambian cannot afford the license fee. And the question was, iliyo mwambile, ushaimo kwa liyo license fee, iliyo mwapango lupia muli Muklatri, elo mwese mchite introduce a very expensive license fee. Ine na adilandile, I said, okay, kanshi, lekeni na mwabantu, bachite export, bashi ngefe mwachite export for a certain period of time, bapange olupia, elo nomba mkese chite introduce your license fee, mulela ndapo ya ma 500,000. That was just a way of saying that mifwaya muli business fumenimo mukwete fie chongo. More money in the Zambian's pocket. Ero mamona niku Thailand na ku Taiwan kuleva ikete Muklatri afumene ku Zambia, which nobody claimed. And if nobody claimed, how did it pass the airport? Over to you.
Madam, you are mute. We can't get you. Mr.
Matomola, sorry, Matomola, you can take over. I'm sharing an important update on the screen. So we have posted this on Queen Pumi page, also on Matomola page. If you know students who need transport money, this is a breaking news. So share this. There is information we are providing transport money to students to travel to vote. Matomola, the floor is yours.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, but the people are very low. We have low coverage. So people, guys, share. Let's try to ask more people to join in. This is very important. You know, so just share, guys. Try to let more people come in and listen.
Okay. I hope my network is not breaking. But
you are fine.
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry for coming late. I was responding to another issue on my page, which is quite important on the issue of internet. There's an intelligence information that we received, and I want to update the people even on this platform. There's an intelligence information that internet is likely to be shut down in Zambia. There's a group of Israeli IT specialists who are in the country. They're hired by some people against the church. And these people currently are producing videos to malign, to oppose HH. There's a video that I shared on my Facebook page alleging that HH is a satanist and blah, blah, blah. They're producing a lot of videos. And from the tone of their voice, you can hear that Antusima Zambians, Nima foreigners, they are from Israel. They are also, trying to create a lot of propaganda around the church. However, my take is on item number 47. Item number 47, it is talking about the Zambian Guptas. Okay, on the 50 things that the reasons why PF should not be voted in power, the Zambian Guptas. Gatwalanda tama Zambian Guptas, Duranda Pariba Muisa. Tureranda pare ama foreigners, ama Chinese, nama Indians, mucharo cha Zambia, na abafula. Everywhere you go, you find the Chinese have taken over the businesses of the local people. Everywhere you go, you find Indians have taken over the business for Zambians. Taturekana ama Chinese, taturekana ama Indians. In fact, President Hakainde Hichilema alikwata sana abanankwe ama Chinese nama Indians, but if turela and that inchi toshawe na Zambia must be for Zambians.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
What we're talking about is that every country has got foreigners, has got people from another country, but the way that that country treats its own citizens at the expense of foreigners is what matters. I cannot go to India today and be given tax holidays for 5 years. I cannot go to India today and be given 1,000 hectares of land and find that on that 1,000 hectares of land, they're Indian. And the government of India tells me that don't worry about them. We have seen a lot of Zambians suffering, being depressed. We have got people in Karundu, in Garden House, in many places, including Southern Province, and many places who have been depressed because a Chinese man bought 1,200 hectares of land, and Zambians are suffering.
No way.
Famous Zambians, Turechula. I've never seen an Indian man or a Chinese man on the streets of Lusaka begging. Okay, why? Because these people, when they come into the country, they are given 5 years tax holiday. Ngatamwa ishiba yo tax holiday. Other that, Zambia, he must not be paying tax. A repeat tax for 5 years. Okay. Now what happens if that person is not paying tax? Are to one fear if we na Zambia, ukupanga profit. Nga senda shirempia shakwe. Are to wala kumiao. Okay. Ture mwana ama Indians mukamwaro. We are seeing a lot of Indians, they're exploiting our people. Zambians are suffering. When you go to Tradekins there's a lot of casualization. People are getting peanuts. Maids are being enslaved. We have seen Indians insulting and Chinese insulting our people. A few days ago, a few months ago, you saw that Indian who was on a trolley, from and the Zambian is putting it. Slave trade tayakwa muno Zambia. Why? Because the Indians and Chinese are the ones that are owning land. Indians and Chinese are the ones that are producing bread. Indians and Chinese are the ones that are producing our, selling us eggs and chickens. Mama Kenya, they have got farms. They're the ones that are producing our chickens. Indians and Chinese are the ones that are producing our soap. Today, our examinations are being produced by Indian printers. They were produced in India. The examinations for grade 7, grade 9, and grade 12.
Well,
Chinese
government printers.
Okay, Chinese, they're in everywhere. Indians are building, buying our properties. What we are saying, Pafuide Power, equal opportunity between an Indian, a Chinese, okay, and a Zambian. That is the reason why President Michael Sata, he campaigned on the premise that if he was going to get into power, he was going to chase Ama Chinese, Nama Indians. President Michael Sata spoke highly. He knew the plight of Zambians. That's why he said that I want to give plight back to the Zambian people. We cannot live in a country where Indians have bought their own graveyards. They are buying land, displacing people. We cannot be in a country where drugs, pharmaceuticals, the big companies that are producing and selling us drugs, they are Indian companies, Chinese companies. Go in town, their town center, you won't say their town center, you will not find, there are only 1 or 2 Zambian shops. Now, Zambian shops, if it is a pharmaceutical, okay, what we are saying is that this disparity which is happening where the whole town, they are Chinese, they are Indian. In fact, they're even selling us phones. Every shop we are going to go and buy a phone, not a Zambian shop. You find it is an Indian or Chinese shop. When I am thirsty, I want to buy a drink. It has to be a drink that is made by a Chinese, that is made by an Indian. Okay, these Guptas, they have corrupted our government officials. Okay, you cannot take them to court and expect to win. We have got a lot of workers, Aviki international workers in Sino Hydro Kafue Gorge Lower. Aviki International, if you are working for Aviki International, you cannot sue those Chinese because they are in good boots with President Edgar Chagwarungu, with the government of the day. You cannot sue trade kings because the trade kings, they're the ones that are sponsoring ZMBC. They are the ones that are sponsoring all these TV adverts and everything. You cannot sue these people even if they have not paid you your money. A lot of workers are suffering at trade kings. Let's go Kuma Mines. Mwarasangat Kajem Mine, Nidia Kajem Mine, which is producing one of the world's best, emeralds. We are number 3 in the world in terms of production of emeralds. But that Kajem mine is not owned by the Zambian government. It is owned by Indians in partnership with Chinese. Tuye kuma KCM, Tuarasanga Bena Vedanta. Ama Indians, they are the ones that control KCM. They control our copper. Everywhere you go, you find Chinese and Indians. This country, there must be equity. There must be equal distribution of resources, and that is going to happen under the leadership of UPND. Why? Because President HH has said he wants to prioritize on the need to promote Zambians first. Okay? If an Indian man is going to be given tax holidays for 5 years, what is wrong with giving Andrew, who is an IT specialist, who has a company, 5 years tax holiday? Every year, Mumona. Ama companies ya bantu wamobene bale chinja vya mashina, okay, ya ni Zen, ya chinja nomba ni Airtel. In fact, it started with Celtel. After 5 years, I want to know here now the due date for us to start paying our tax has come. They changed from Celtel, they come to Zen. Zen. After 5 years, no. We are not Zen, we are Airtel. Airtel is giving us poor services. What we are saying is that this country has been polarized. Our politicians have been corrupted by these Indians, these Chinese, and President HH has already made it clear that you make sure that he promotes local businesses. That is what we want. That is what we are saying. So I think that is the point on Zambian Guptas. Yeah.
Preach.
Well said. Well said and well put. And the people, what my comrade has just said, we have bad seed. We are not saying Indians are bad, and we are not saying Chinese are bad, but we are saying there are those bad seed who have their own agenda to take over what belongs to Zambia, and they have no regards, and they are working with the Zambian, some of our Zambian leaders who don't care about the masses and who don't care about the population. Like my brother said, he said, look, they print examination papers in India. What happened to government printers? We have government printers. The money we are spending to print all these things outside the country, why don't you put it in Zambia? Why don't you give it to government printers so that the money remains in circulation? Even these ballot papers, why don't we even just print ballot papers in Zambia, provided we have a transparent system and security is there? Those are what we're saying. That should be the way we're going to promote ourselves. If we don't do it for ourselves, nobody's going to do it for us. That's why this bleed of young Zambians and those old smart Zambians who mean well, we are now forming a force to do what is right for Zambia. To you, my viewers, and you, my brothers on this platform, is there a minimum investment capital for any foreigner to be called an investor? How much should we have to invest in Zambia so that you can qualify to be an investor? Is there a cap?
Actually, sir, that's a very important topic and point, because it really scares almost every Zambian. You'd find that a person comes with 5 cell phones, is also an investor, more especially Chinese. Start laying my chickens, my eggs, like that, my layers. At the end of the day, is an investor. All those local jobs are also called investors. So I'm not really sure also how much is the capital for a person to become an investor in Zambia. So I think in Zambia, we don't have any amount. You can come with anything as a foreigner. As long as you've got that citizenship from another country, you become an investor. That's the thing it is.
In short, you can come with nothing and you find something here.
Yes, that's the thing.
We have allowed economic refugees, and we are calling them investors, because sure, it's the influx, because some of their countries, they find that they have no space, so they are dumping economic refugees in our country. What we are saying is, if ever PF taba mwene, if we Mamona, we want Chinese who can come and invest in what we Zambians cannot do.
Sure.
We want people can come. I said, oh, Muzambia, mwali befisoso takuwa ba recycling ya fisoso, kupanga ba plastic, bambo kuchinja matropico, bambo kupanga muli fifimbi. So this kind of industry needs somebody with a certain amount of money, which our people maybe cannot afford. We want those people with that kind of money to come. Am I investor to live fire? Iyo capital, iyo ifofwe na Zambia. Iyo tatukwete. Neyo bambi tatukwete access ya kongolo lupia, mulando wa interest, ikulu, iyo babi kako. Iwe wilapo na iwe lekatulande shetani wa vepathi ndekulinganya.
Amen.
Naona everybody can we clarify with an investor? How much are you coming? How much are you investing to qualify? Not you muntu aisa imbaka shima kamenshi abula namba nokubika mufi container ala ati ni investor mwamupera nama visa nama residency na fiance if you na Zambia bangachita elo bambia menshi tabachita na filter bemba fipanshi chui bala longa. So we need to work on that. And if you buy church Valeranda Mamana, you can't give big shares to the mines. Okay, mine, we want capital number. They have to be, we as Zambian, we have to have a good percentage of the shares. Because in the Tuabama shareholders, Rolupia, Ufilokobama shareholders, Ufiloshala Muchalo. Even nango balu twala oko balefu because the big chunk, depending on the percentage, Rolupia Luashala Muisa, Luashala Muchalo Cheso. Elo Ngamwamwana Aba Leon Sero Tamlash Shaland Olupa Puloro Adilanda. Namuleshti shempanga kula boku chita survey twalishita poempanga balesa bamona bushe impanga pali babantu nga pali babantu bami bateti mushite mpanga yokufikoku bantu apa pali bashani there are people who are settled here mwalaba chita disturb nga nife mufire mwamfwana na bali abantu nga mwalaba chita compensate bakayeba settled kumbi elo there are procedures aya kushitira mwempanga.
Yes, sir.
Nomba ngachakutira kuli uyo abantu bashitire a massive land muri yo musango washitire survey nokubasuminisha kuti basende bachite displace abantu besu nani. Those are the things we have to revisit. And mamona muri ubwine buteko nga mwamona omucisha kinani wabako kuli abayi kyabenge n'abantu abenge abo babika mu prison ilili yashe na kilalanda kona bacyumya lutwe bamo abamu kipani kyesu na tiri tulewina kwene ekipepala kikabe ekya face patebo yabakateka bali abantu bafyenga political prisoners who are in prison just because they didn't agree with PF. They didn't agree with the cadres. And they have never visited our courts. They are rotting in jail. Bambi baba kafye pakutira lungu chikamba chove ati mwikateni. Baya mulongo kuya vejikani. So, you know, when you become a president, don't expect, when you are in leadership, taifilo kubani kwaya, dionse vale kuimbira makuku no kutotela. When everyone is singing praise of you, of everything you're doing, if you are in leadership, just know that your end is near.
Sure.
Look at in this government, they have reduced our respected chiefs into beggars, and their integrity has been lowered because of brown envelopes. So are so many men of God, they can't even stand up to criticize what is wrong because of brown envelope. They have brought anger, then bribe them with a brown envelope so that they can become their tail. Umuntu onse ufa efintu fiwame afwaye abantu bale imina pamo elo bonso waba mu leadership your challenges shape you the way you're going to lead. If your challenges are not for you to punish, your challenges are not for you to block their way to go and campaign, our challenges are not for you. Your challenges should shape the way you think and should make you know that you are doing wrong. Look at Mwanawasa. Mwanawasa understood that principle. That's why he brought Satan nearby. And he even confessed that this man has made me work, because now I've been doing what he has been criticizing me, so that he should not have anything to criticize me with.
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
when it comes to Bachagua, when you tell them something, we have to sort him out. You know,
I think
no.
let me just add on what you less Danko. You know, in Mwilunga, there was that area where they discovered gold. Now, look at how they did to those people, poor people. Instead of at least compensating them, taking them where you've already articulated to say that at least you give them a place where they can rest at least. Those people founded that land before the government came into power. But
Yes.
up now, they've put that land under military operation. You get the point? Just because of an individual. So I think as a Zambian citizen, I'm one of the person who have lost land in Nampundwe there because of trade kings. I've lost about 14 hectares because of the same trade kings.
Kulya kuna mpundo kulya mulusakanga mwa mumba lodero mwakoneka left
Yes.
so kulya
Yes,
kumwe
yes.
kulya.
Yes, that
Kwali bana
mountain.
mine kulya. Kwali bana
They've
mine
given
kulya.
to, yes, they've given to trade kings. Look at that.
Were you
Eh?
compensated?
Nothing up to now. So is this
Did
the
you have
government?
papers? Did you have papers for that land?
Yes, I have the papers for the same, sir.
Okay, if that can be revisited.
Sure, sir.
Bushe umulandu tawubola umulandu wabange
I'm landing down.
mpilipili. Kuti
So
wa
those are, yes, sir.
go ahead.
So I wanted just to add on the same, sir. Thank you.
Mwana kulya kumwini lunga kwali kopa. Ubutekwa abo kwata kwali god ubutekwa abo kwata amano. If he never twalako ba ntweno kane ba military, it's good. They have to secure. They have to call the chiefs, the leaders. If yapo fyasangwa mu bantu mumushimunyem. So this should benefit the country. Na abantu bakuno na bene batabafuire bashala pofi. So they have to see. So what can we do for the community? The proceeds which will come from this gold should benefit the people of the area while it's helping to develop the country in other areas. This is the problem which is in Nigeria. Kuryokufuma oil tabachita develop. Ero bambuchita develop kumbi bali abe nyokufuma oil bali underdeveloped. And the people, they have risen. It's because of that's why leadership is needed. Not chipante. No, besakamana sana. Kwa shala fie inshiku chine consequence. Mpulungu na imiranga saini. Na alimiebele tabuluapo.
Nabafiro kushiningisha ba freedom skazwe. I think nabafiro fya kubepa ba president. What happens with these ministers? Whenever there is a rally, they will lie to the president to say, sir, what has happened is this, we didn't allow people to campaign area. That's why we've allowed this. So you see, freedom scars, I don't know what he will tell the president now. He has no story to tell the president.
Mwamona, if you have a bantu bakwale saba konfwa. Leader onse, afiria kwata amatwi aya isuka. Ife bale mweba, me akwata na ba informa bambi filechitika pa ground no kwa shala to make a sound decision. Not if you wa isa kweba timpu. Bambi ni basula ntwale. Tabeshi ba Bati mwafie ukubepo kukasa. Teditule bepesha abantu bale bebe fiabufi. Bushewa kuti lelo bakubepa na mailo bakubepa bati ule mwana fimbi na bulya bushiku bakubepa ule sumi na fefu mofine. Nishinawe no alikuwa tobwasi. Some of the problems we have, we shouldn't even blame them on the minister and the what. We should blame them on the president. 7 years ulipa pachipuna bakubepe fichilule konka. No, as a leader, you have to focus beyond. That's why I tell that in job on training, tabako ete vision. That's why nango mwabeta ku debate na tetivese. Tabako ete fya kumieba mwebantu, tabako ete fya kulanda. Hello, this is 21st century. You cannot vote a president who have failed to come to the debate. Come to the screen. Okay, could you convert? Okay, mwala kwata Zoom meeting. Debate. Let's see. What do you think Zambia should go, and how are you going to take Zambia to the industrialization in Mulefwaya? And the bepusheni bapelululeni echo kwabela ma interview takwabo uchita interview kateka debate ema interview. We are your employers. We want you to work for us, but when we bring you to a debate, those are the interviews we give you. We listen, because in the interview, why people call who would like to be employees for interview is to see their intellect, to see what they understand about this job, and to see Bushe, what it takes to be there. Hello, number. Why should we give you a job you have failed to come for an interview? Mwe bantu tatuli amafi tuli bantu tula tontonkanya nichikwena mwe bantu mulali amafi ati yo adi lembaka lezemi. Okay, lezemi cho okay natu imona lezemi natu ishiba lezemi. Okay, tamwaji to understand the economics. One,
Not only that, no, you had no vision at first. That's one.
Lezemi natu imona lezemi yakutila ati you don't care for Zambians. You have to come to interviews.
Yes,
Let's know you about the interviews. Are you normal? No. Are you capable? Yo, you win. Boy, we called you for interviews. They didn't show up. Your friend came for interviews. We'll give a vote to somebody who came for interviews. And before I even go, Mamona, if your child konotefyu, umuti wonse wali kwatefyu mu chaba nango tomato nango ninama. Inama alikwata yetu tirati shelf life. Ayama days nga mukufika okutira tiriena ma ibe ibole. Umutengo ula pona inama nango yali $20. Kudivaisa kupera pali $2.50 nango 50
buy
cents.
one get one free.
Nango buy one take three. You understand?
If you are send a 5, you send it.
Usende. You know, to get rid with what they know is about to expire. And if mepo, if not, if you have an umuti wali kwata expiration date. So uli umuti nga bashwato upatwa upangile expiration date na ipalama. Kuli abale ufwa abanga ubonfia. So it's better to have a pair for free, or we give them at no cost. Like to provide the transport. Ilia scandal ya honeybee. Ilia wa meperi omutu waba expired. Elo 17 million at mwashito omuti. Situation apa mwe bantu. Uli omuti tabashite 17 million bad yafye. Can somebody account how you went to buy an expired medicine for the country?
I know, 17 million.
The question is, those were already out of shelf life.
Exactly.
And what they do for something with shelf life, they will give you for free or give you at a penny.
Yeah.
They don't know how much time you
actually, you know what? They just ask you to pay for shipping costs. They ask you.
Under a watch of somebody who calls himself a leader. Those are misleaders, please.
So, Baba Henry, thank you. I just want to say two things for Machilanda. Like every president should have inch to a probation period. So our ACL has 3 years probation period, then he has failed. So you have a problem. If you're going to marry somebody, you have to see your groom or your bride. Anyway, cut the long story short, we have people who are waiting to chip in. So, Simon, you can come in. Simon Ngamwapusha, hand over to Juba. Juba Ngamwapusha, hand over to Holly, and then we go from there so that everyone can participate. Thank you.
Endita.
Simon, the floor is yours. Simon Tabariko, Holly, are you there? Holly texted me. Holly Master, you wanted to come.
Kulonga balelonga. Nangu tabale fwaya.
I want to know about Holy Master na yaba Simon na ba yaba Juba balikuri.
Akona kulala.
Akona kulala mamona. Ama vochi balei ba mulela la palai bakwita.
Hapana, hatutalalaka kama wewe batalala shitaanza kuangalia.
Wafanya nani kani kifine? Wafanya wite.
Yeah, but I want to agree with what I'm getting feedback. Am I audible?
You are okay now.
Okay.
Very audible.
So I want to agree with what my reader said here. You know, these are dying kicks of a dying horse. Whatever that these people are doing now, they are kicks of a dying horse. They are talking about HH being a Satanist. They have hired people to be producing videos. Satanist church. But Garungu doesn't have a church. Okay. So President Edgar Lungu, let him come out and tell us which church he goes to. The other thing, serial killer, if he's saying that HH is a Satanist, then I'm a big Satanist, because killing millions and thousands of people with fake drugs is the worst form of Satanism. Mm-hmm. So the scandal, the honeybee scandal, shows that people don't care about human lives. Mm-hmm. Because it's a greatest scandal in the pharmaceutical and health. So what we are saying, it is high time that
you have an echo.
When someone switches on their mind,
can you switch off your audio?
So you have to switch off your mic so that the echo doesn't come. So right now, there's no echo because no one has switched on their mic.
You are okay now, yes.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that the first priority that we are going to do as UPND when we get there is to prosecute Ayamaria Shikwati Fiso, Ama serial killers in the name of Dr. Shitaru Chirufya. Those are serial killers. The fastest way to describe a serial killer is someone who gets medicine, combines it together so that vantu vafe. That is the serial killing. Why? A person was arrested because he got poison, he gave the children, and even himself, he drank. The children died, and he didn't die because he was found in the UTH alive. This person is serving a murder case. But we have got a person who did the same, getting medicine, combine it together, that we should drink and die. Him, he remains with the money, because at the point I was buying that medicine, I released the money. That is the money he's interested in. He's not interested in my life. That is tantamount to murder. And the UPND government will bring such cases to reality fresh as they are, because these people have abrogated the rule of law as it should. And what we are saying is that moving forward, there isn't any reason you should vote for these people apart from whatever that we have spoken here. And I want to urge Madam Pomoro here that let us continue in the 7 days that is remaining to keep reminding people of things that have happened, because Zambian people already know what is happening. If you are sharaf, you push that remind abantu. If you are remember the issue of gassing. Okay, from nowhere, if you pondo, they rise and start terrorizing people. People died in the communities. Number the same people that were gassing us are the same people that you want to save. A lot of people died. We lost friends. We lost kids. Innocent people were shot in those riots. I remember a young man by the name of Frank Mugala, young, brilliant young man, young. He had the future, probably of becoming a future president.
14 years old.
Young man was shot. Okay, at a time of gassing, justice has not prevailed for this man. Former district commissioner was killed by an angry mob during the time of gassing. Okay, former inspector general of police was killed during the time of gassing. Shiren Shiku, we still remember them where we never used to go home. We used to be hiding in our houses with whistles, my friend. Umayanda, we had whistles like referees of football matches. When you hear anything, you blow those whistles. It was bad. It was like a movie. It was like escape from some people. These are the people that we want to make sure that they come back so that by the time they kill us. I think that is what I can say on this one.
Thank you, Matomola. I just want
Can
to
I
add
come
on
in
what
now?
to
Am I
say.
audible?
Yes, I just want to add to say on the prosecution. The prosecution of these criminals and thugs, I think we have to join forces with the incoming government as human rights groups to prosecute these murderers. They have violated the one and most important rule of respect for human life. So if anything, everyone is supposed to prosecute them, not only the government, including every organization and every human being who believes in the respect of human life. Simon, you can come in.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, I was not able to, I don't know what was wrong with my mic, but I think it's okay now. Yes, I picked point 1 and point 4 and 34, and most of which have already been tackled on the issue of honeybee, which involves the expired drugs that was administered to Zambians during the time when Bachitaru Chilufi, I don't want to use the word honorable, because to me, there was no honor at all. Because a honorable is somebody who respects himself, is somebody who has morals, is somebody who really deserves to be given the title of an honorable. And from the time that he was Minister of Health, we saw a lot of atrocities, a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion at the Ministry of Health. And so the issue of honeybee was a company that was contracted by the government to supply these drugs. Okay, and then later on, thanks to a few professionals that still have integrity in the nation of Zambia. And I want to bring it back again to say, really, professionals of this nation have really let the people down. There were a lot of people at Ministry of Health who approved, okay, the consignment, who approved the agreement that this company should be able to supply these drugs. Now, like already my colleagues have already alluded to here, when you are getting or purchasing a consignment of a huge, that involves a huge sum of money. We are talking about 17 million that was involved in this deal. And then to find that all the drugs that were worth 17 million, according to them, were expired. We saw the whole Minister of Health flagging out, okay, telling Zambians that we have brought things that are okay, when we realized that these drugs were expired. Now, I want to say something here. To me, that's my own opinion. If you ask me, I don't think we were so much affected with the COVID-19 thing in Zambia. To be honest, I'm thinking people have been dying recently because of some of these drugs that they took. There's a reason why they're called expired drugs. And when they are taken, when they are administered into a person who is okay, you give them an expired drug, there are side effects. Okay, the body begins to react to those drugs. So if you realize, and if you're taking note, after the people got these expired drugs, we saw a lot of sicknesses, we saw a lot of people dying. Okay, COVID is there, I'm not refuting the fact, but then we do not really know what has been killing people in Zambia. It could be because of these same things that people were taking, because everything was expired. Not talking about the condoms that were given, and so far we have a lot of babies who are born how we wish Chilufya could get all these children that were born unwanted, because he's the cause. Okay, so many people attracted the different STIs, different diseases, sexually transmitted diseases, as well as HIV, because of the expired drugs. So, like Honorable Mantomola has rightly put it, he's a serial killer. Okay, and now that's why I'm talking about the issue of morals and the issue of calling someone an honorable. It's surprising that today he's even campaigning in Mansa, wishing to be put back. Okay, he still wants to go back to parliament to do what, honestly? Why can't we have people with morals who can just resign on moral grounds? Okay, no one had to tell him to say, you can please, we are firing you. He had to fire himself when such a mess was there. Okay, and to be very surprising on this case, it was a case that was handled by the Anti-Corruption Commission, and the same people that went to arrest him were the same people that stood for him and defended him, saying he did not commit any crime. Okay, if Zambia was a serious nation, people like Chilufya should be behind bars as we are speaking. So that's why you begin to realize to say it wasn't just him involved. It has 17 million, a lot of people enjoyed that money. Okay, a lot of people pocketed that money. And like to say some of these things, you just pay maybe shipping. Okay, because they already expired, or maybe they were about to expire, and these people knew. Now, why I'm saying professionals have let down this nation is because somebody called a doctor, their first priority is to safeguard life, to protect life. That's the first thing that they agree with, to protect life at all cost. But we have people that are willing to give people anything because they just want money. There is such a letdown. And people like Chilufya should not even be standing contesting any seat. He should be behind bars because he's a master serial killer. The other issue that I wanted to talk about is the issue of gassing, which we've already, I think some people have already commented on. The issue of gassing, it wasn't an easy thing. And up to now, it's funny, it's really laughable, really, that we can have a government that is still saying the people that gassed the nation were the UPND, honestly speaking. We are talking about people with government machineries. We are talking about people with all the intelligence around them. We are talking about people that have anything to detect, trace, and find anyone who commit any kind of a crime. And up to date, they are still saying, just today, Tutu Ngulube was on their virtual rally on ZNBC, and he was still saying that people that gassed Zambians were the UPND. Up to now, they are still saying that people that bent the city market are the UPND. So honestly speaking, what kind of people do we have who cannot even trace and find a common thief? Okay, the time that this gassing thing was happening, I was in Isoka. And I remember people who arrest, they do a citizen arrest on a person, they take that person to the police station, and there will be instruction. Okay, if you go to Isoka police station, police officers would release that person. And when we ask as citizens, they will say, this issue is beyond me. I was told to release this person. People that were caught during that time, they were not staying in cells. It would be a week, they're out. Days, they're out, just like that. And then there's a guy that was arrested. They said it was after they did their finding, after the pressure of the citizens, they later on said it was Sparks, okay? And it is told that Sparks, according to them, they are saying Sparks has been arrested. There was a recent photo that was on the media where Sparks is even seen putting on a nice suit, no prison, okay? So you get to wonder what kind of arrest was made, because he's been mentioned in the issue of gassing, and is the prime suspect in that issue. But up to now, we do not know. In short, Zambians still have answers. Who was gassing us? Okay, like Mamatomala was saying, a lot of things happened. People were not sleeping. Innocent people died. Because the other people suspect you go to a place where they don't know you. They'll suspect you to be a gas. You are beaten, killed, just like that. So a lot of lives were lost. A lot of people died. We have a government that do not even care to give people a full report. Okay, it's such a letdown, such a letdown. The last thing that I really want to talk about is the arrogance of President Edgar Lungu, where he has continued saying, whether you vote us out or not, we are still winning the election. And some people in the Patriot Front have been heard saying they will rule forever. Now, to start with, in a nation that is democracy, which is a democratic dispensation, in a democratic state like Zambia is, when people are issuing such statements, number one, the first thing that we should know, they have no respect for democracy. They have no respect for human rights whatsoever. They will never respect the will and the wish of the people. Not just President Lungu, a lot of people from PF, they are so confident that they're winning this election, though they know that the will of the people is not with them, though they know that people do not want them anywhere in the offices again, but they're still saying we are winning. So how are they going to do it? This should tell us that they are not going to let go of power. They will rig these elections. That is the truth. That is where their confidence is. Already we are talking about this crazy man, Kings Mumbi, has already set up a program, and they'll be calling it Osana celebration, whatever, and it will be on the 15th of August. So they are confident that they are winning. And you begin to realize a person, a leader who respects democracy cannot be coming out the way President Lungu has been coming. So we just want to tell our president that, you see, when time has come, it has come. Okay, the only person who will reign forever, it is God. God will never be voted in, he can never be voted out. President Lungu, who are you? Okay, who are you to tell us Zambians that you reign forever? Honestly.
Ndiwe ndani.
Even Kaunda,
as my mother would say it.
Who are you? You.
Ngwani. People that fought for independence, like Kaunda, he was only there for some years and he was out. He accepted the will of the people. So Imomu is a number, no that no, whether you like it or not. Come on, this is democracy. Okay? People speak through the ballot. Okay, and the will of the people is represented in the way they vote. Clearly, nobody wants the PF. So when you say we are going to reign forever, we are all Zambians, and Zambia is bigger than all of us. So Zambians, like I like what Honorable Matomola was saying, as we head to the polls, let's not forget these reasons that we said 50 reasons why they must not be voted in. They are beyond this. If we can bring out a lot of issues, it goes beyond 150 reasons why they should not be given back power.
But so you know what? We need to update that list. Yeah. Any reason why we should not vote them, send it to me. I'll be updating the list.
Sure. So my last words to my fellow Zambians and to the nation at large is that please, that vote can kick these thieves out of power. That vote, okay, can let and liberate this nation. We are not doing it for ourselves, we are doing it for our children's children. Like someone correctly put it, a phrase that I usually follow, Zambia does not belong to any of us. We've only borrowed it from our children's children. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Is it Juba?
Honorable Alanda Bueno sana poe wafika kaula.
Thank you. Vajuva wanted to go live. Nabaholi Vadikwi Navaya. Ben Namlanda.
Oh, Mom, I haven't yet.
Okay, you can take the floor.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Just wanted to talk about the police brutality. Yeah, that is point number 20, if I'm not mistaken. Point number 20, police brutality. So it is so sad to see that the police, they can't assume their work, their responsibility. They can't work properly because they have been put into pressure by the current dictatorial regime. Yeah, so that's not really okay. It's not okay. It is unfortunate that the police are treating people badly, more especially from the opposition party. So we are badly being treating. So I was going across some comment and some post on Facebook. I saw how people were complaining about this and how people have been treated about the same regime. So as a Zambian, I will ask my fellow Zambian to be more careful and to stand on that one. Because when we see that the police are not treating us very well, we should say no to that. And also the police should not be used like a tissue paper. They should say no if things are not okay. They should say no when things are not okay. I've noticed that they just do anything that they want, or maybe I don't know if they will recommend them to do things, so they just do anything. That's not okay. We are not animals. We are not animals, more especially from the opposition. We've been badly treated. Badly treated. So that's not okay. So we should give us also a chance. We should give us also a chance to enjoy our country, not the way you are doing. That's not okay. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you. That's powerful. These police, they are useless. They are all cadres. We are going after Tudina. In Katuishoko to Guavatwala Kujere, Pongan Kuchaloch.
Tebonsa makadas bamumwenso baleti na balesunga enchito. But makadas.
This is what I said. These people
Bambi ma watermelon tetibese parwelele bala batamfya bala sunga shana abana bala sunga shana abana muchalo mulinsala so
problem yo ine mentality basakala problem kwakwata muzambia twali ba comfortable yo balanda mfya bana na basunga tushereke na 1 week.
Okay,
people sacrifice for a week.
Yes, mama. Muliba police, we have the police officers who are trying best to be very professional, but they're being oppressed. Some of them are being even transferred more deep jolly because they are being professional. They don't want to be involved in mufia. That's why they are strategic. They have a strategy na bena. Bali nabeshibefi yako ishita protect. Nango bamba bika pa polling station. Nabeshibefi bakachita. Tebonse ba police na ba mono buchushi na bene balechula. Ushaba police bena tabaleshito mtengo wabungefe tuleshita. Ushaba police bena tabalelipila fyonse ifiru bene tabalefimona. Ushaba police bena tebo bakada bale umama pikada ya panani pa central police ukia mkuma kapokola. That is felony and the man is still running the street and the man is running for office under PF. Mwandifimona kweshi?
Nokuya kakachela tukutoa kaede. But jeje na
Pantu haitafyo muntu ishi neli mulingire.
Ili mulingire.
Mama na chava. Hello. The two previous contributors, they said something good. When Mama, the Drug Enforcement Commission, when they bring somebody for questioning, which means they have taken their underground investigation and they have done everything. And before the Drug Enforcement Commission question a minister or anything, they inform the president. And the president they give him a full report of what is happening. And when you see the Drug Enforcement Commissioner releasing somebody, the president is aware. They don't just do that. So we have people who want to be professional, but their hands are tied. Because we have seen some cases being taken to court and they are dismissed. That is sheer waste of the resources. There is no way trained professionals at Drug Enforcement Commission, they can bring to court a case which is half-baked. They get all the evidences before they even go to court. All the evidence should be on the table. But there is an invisible hand which hinders these people from acting. And that invisible hand, the only one who can twist that hand is the president. That's why even these people are saying, who are expired, they're still running the streets and they are free. Who doesn't know that? The drug enforcement knows, and they know the procedure to prosecute them. Why are they not prosecuted? They were just questioned. Elo, takwava ubuteko, ubwakutila, niwe minister, when we're investigating you, you need to be on leave. You need to excuse. They have to relieve you until the investigation is done. But niwe minister, Wakesa Englishani mu office mumebo mumobe to collect the papers which they want by drug enforcement. Takwava omuntu onso baleta investigate alina mwisha face selako tuchite investigate nga twakuta investigate elo tukakubwe nomba kumyeso takwava yowe baleta investigate kuti basakushako tupereko file yaso wala bapele yabufi bala mbuta investigate ubufi
14 hours balina mu parliament baleranda
to catch and release just for make up to the public. That shouldn't be shouldn't be the case. That's why tatulanda twalipapata ba PF twapate misango yenu tatwapata muntu ejo fue bambi twatirawe dadi mwaseshe chipanda iyo twambire bola twatire chipanda oko twakulaingisha nichi nombada twatira ati pye imo mwabutuka mwayabule chipanda mwasesha ifo ture twala bola kula tedi twaume chipanda takuli kanshi na mwishiboko mutwele chipanda
abalasha bayama ofonsa ngirepo fya kwati bonse aba PF balasha matontonka nyokunganda tabalaisa. So whatever they do, just out of the blue. That's why if into bachita fya munguru fye kwateba kulu. Demkwa.
Hello mama na imbi yo lot file twapanga.
Ba chairman, ba honorable, ba MP.
Lekeni mpange I point ilo enuka. Mama na there we have to come up with a law whereby ngawale bomba ku drug enforcement commission. We know most of the guys there are lawyers. Ero nga bakusanga kutirati iyo wali mu government waliva wali chitiri omutifi nefi nama evidence nabakwata. Ero nomba diriya Africa nchitira kutirati ube answerable. Oli omuntu aleke nchito ku drug enforcement commission. Ero aisaba na defense lawyer to protect you, which means ni sharia ma evidence yali ku drug enforcement commission yonse na lufya ero aisa kuiminina mukoti ati uwine. I think under ethical grounds that shouldn't be allowed, whereby wale bomba mu drug enforcement commission mwasenderi ma evidence yonse mwalikwata did yenshita ya Africa kutatu umuntu abe answerable niwo aisa aba lawyer wako, because now isho kutyali bolupyo lwingi wala kwata ko wala mchajo olupyo lwingi because yama evidence mwa kwete as the drug enforcement commission niwo kwete, then you hide them. We need to put a law in place that will hinder somebody direct from a drug enforcement commission to come and be in the private sector, the lawyer, and stand defending people. You find that abe nginga mwamona abali ama ministers aba ibili aba chashani abe samuku bachita defend kada bwati 2 months before 3 months before bale ka ku drug enforcement commission basenda na ama evidence mwamutwala ku court wao mwalishi bokutira ati ali ona ulefinefi mwamutwala ku court ati mulando awina ofuma washout. Why? There was no evidence ile kwisa ula winole mchita defend wasenda. We need to be smart on that one.
This time around, we have over evidence. So whenever they will plan to implement this and that patama evidence.
We have to go electronic. If you have to send a both paper to you, even matomolero ba mukakiri. Ati docket na iluba. What? Docket ti aluba shaninga ma computers. Ima mule diringa na ma millions of dollars. But mule umuntu paka paper ya docket na basenda na kunganda.
Ala na ma computer bale ingira ba ya delete file.
that's where now everybody should have a backup. When you have a central server Filiafine, everyone you have a backup. Nangwata delete museva, you have your backup. You know?
Anyway, madam,
This is the new way of government to Kalachita.
Elion Shilaya. Oh Jesus, Elion Shilaya. My dear listeners, my fellow Zambians, don't be fooled. This is the year. The future is in our hands. We can either throw it or build it together.